Drivers, start your engine!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the 18th race in the 2020 FBRL Napa Truck Series. We're gearing up for 50 laps of racing around this 1.5 mile oval in the state of Georgia. And tire wear is sure to be high, the speeds are going to be high, and the pressure is high with 3 races remaining in the season. Let's get to your starting grid. Nick Breeding and Samuel England on the front row. Jordan Fisher and Ryan Reed in row 2. Lane Sanders and Ryan Griffin in row 3. Then the flip side, trucks in row 4 of Blake Warren and Will Goss. And Austin Miller in row 5 with Breeding Enterprises driver Nick Pericles. Austin Murray starting in 11th place. Ryan Butcher starting in 16th. Tyler Black, another poor qualifying run for the Tommy Roberts Racing driver. He starts 34th. As the drivers that did not qualify for today's race, Bob Burns, Mitchell Collins, Jack Porkins, and Thomas Lipscomb. The points battle is huge coming into this race. Will Goss, Tyler Black, Austin Murray, and Ryan Butcher all in the fight for the championship as the green flag is out from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And already challenging for the lead is the Sony Cup Series driver of Jordan Fisher, who won back at Chicagoland. We're going to see all kinds of 3-4 wide racing today here at Atlanta, as pretty much every line can work around this 1.5 mile track. Nick Breeding will lead the first lap, as already signs a 3 wide in the pack behind the top 2. Already 4 wide racing down the back straightaway. It was there for a brief second, but now back to 3 wide for the lead. England, Breeding, and Fisher 3 wide for the top spot. At the start-finish line, it's Breeding at the lead, already 3 wide for the lead. You can pretty much pass anywhere here today. Murray almost on the apron in his number 7, the Orange Auto Toyota. As the spectator camera will be the best camera to see which line prevails at any given moment. There's still 3 wide for the top spot. And now Breeding falls in line behind Jordan Fisher. And now Fisher leads at Atlanta. Austin Murray running on the bottom. Ooh, they're gonna make it 4 wide for second place. That's Miller, England, Murray, and Breeding, and they thought better of it, back to 3 wide. Coming into this race, the points battle. Tyler Black with a 15-point lead over Will Goss, 22 over Murray, and 28 over Butcher. And a couple of other drivers in striking distance if they can gain a lot of points today and in 2 weeks at the Charlotte Roval. One of those drivers is Samuel England in the 56 for S3 Motorsports. 68 points back of Tyler Black coming into this race. And Tyler Black, with his poor qualifying run of 34th for the 2nd week in a row, has a lot of work to do here today from Atlanta. And there is the 34 of Tyler Black, back here with teammate Roberto Crown Jr. making his Napa Truck Series debut here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Roberto qualified in 36th place, and he'll be driving full-time for Tommy Roberts Racing in 2021. A couple of other stragglers back here, including Julio Caesar, Eric Monaco, Austin James, TJ Smith, 68 of Gatlin Downey, and then the 55 of Diego Yepes all the way to the back. Joseph Shrigley making it in his 2nd race in the number 0 Team Velocity Ram. He DNQ'd back at, I want to say it was Road America, but I could be wrong. But here today at the track, 3 wide racing for 39th place. But these guys well behind the field. Was up at the front, driving the 78 this week, Ryan Griffin, looking for a Napa Truck Series win. As Kyle Collins drove this number 78 machine to a victory 2 weeks ago at Willow Springs. It was actually Breeding Enterprise's second win in the Napa Truck Series. Breeding drove the car that was a Napa Pro Series car last year, I believe, to a win, according to him anyways. But they are still 3 2-wide racing up here at the front for the lead, and we're only 8 laps in. The fuel window here today is about 22 to 25 laps. So we'll see what drivers want to do. The fall off gets up to about 2 seconds at the end of the run, as Breeding has not been going anywhere here at the front. There you see him dive it into turn 3 against Jordan Fisher on the top. Austin Murray second in line on the bottom. Look at that angle there through the quad oval. And you know, Austin Miller turned his teammate Will Goss a couple of weeks ago at Willow Springs and really hurt Goss's race. He could have gained so much more on Tyler Black. Here today, Miller running at the front. You see Blake Warren on the top. There's Cody Lamas in the 33 truck. But Breeding continuing to hold on to the top spot. But right now, I feel like it's anybody's game if they can get right out in the front, as Larry Hagan's going to push the issue. And now they're 4 wide. Look at that. That's Ben Crouch going up the middle top next to Noah Hart. 4 wide down the back straightaway from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And Will Goss does not want to be the man all the way up top 4 wide. That is not the place to be in when you're running for a championship. And they are 3 wide for the lead again. This time it's Fisher, Breeding, and Griffin. And that time, you can't even tell it by the hundredths of a second. It's saying that Griffin led it at the start-finish line. And now look at Austin Murray up through the middle, up to 4th place. And drivers just trying to gain points in the championship. There's Ryan Butcher, started 16th, moving his way up on the bottom. And Tyler Black is still only 27th. Let's see if he's any higher there at the line. Up 27th again. And now the top line got a really good entry there into 1 and 2, but the middle coming back on the exit of turn 2. And here we go. Ryan Butcher looking on the inside for the race lead. Butcher's last race win came at IRP. It was his first win of the year and second of his career. We're still waiting for somebody to hit 3 career wins in the Napa Truck Series, as we got a bit of a gap in the pack, but no caution flag on the racetrack. But so the pack starting to split up, perhaps tire wear causing that. But Fisher has not gone anywhere. He's been at the front, challenging for this lead all race long. We're about 10 laps away from green flag pit stops. As, man, these guys just won't give up. Fisher's going to try and clear his teammate in the 1. Can't do it. All of the Onge Auto trucks are up here battling for the lead. And we're going to go 4 wide for the race lead at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 3 Onge Auto trucks, 1 Breeding Enterprises truck. 4 wide into turn 3 for the lead. And Jordan Fisher's going to come out on top, down to 2 wide now. And it's an Onge Auto. 1, 2, 3 from Atlanta. Fisher, Butcher, and Murray. And now Butcher challenging for the lead on the bottom. Murray looking high, got a little tight. Now they're starting to settle down, looking at some 2 wide racing here at Atlanta. Now Butcher going for the lead on his teammate. Fisher knows he wants the championship, but Fisher also knows you gotta work for these wins. Whether it's the Napa Truck Series, the Hardee's National Series, or the Sony Cup Series, you gotta work for these wins week in and week out. Here comes Nick Breeding looking up the middle. Crash in turn 1. Caution flag is out here on lap 17, and just like that, Butcher to the race lead. They'll be coming to take the caution flag. 17 laps complete. Here comes Ryan Griffin with a charge to the inside. And Ryan Griffin will pass Butcher coming to the caution flag out of turn 4. Still see Butcher, Murray, Goss. They're all up here. No signs of Tyler Black. As we'll be under our first caution flag of the race. And Tyler Black was involved. Second race in a row that Tyler Black has been involved in an incident. Several drivers down pit road. Roberto Crown Jr., Brian Dagby, RJ Bishop, Cody Lamas, all on pit road early to fix damage. Jarrett Gross has damage, and they're starting to stack up. Oh, guys, don't run into each other. Oh! And Gross will run into Springer. Griffin, Label, McDermott coming close to running into the 77. And now Yepes, I don't think was in the accident. I think he was just really far back. It looks like everybody's going to come to pit road here. Oh, and I think Samuel England was involved in this. Logan Cloud's got damage. Potentially Noah Hart. We'll have to see who exactly was involved. But for now, caution flag is out and pit stops are underway. We're racing down the start-finish line here with Noah Hart, and Cody Lamas is peeking to his outside and just gonna get into him. Samuel England nowhere to go. Oh, and Tyler Black drifted up the track, got into him. Jarrett Gross, Logan Cloud, RJ Bishop nowhere to go. Oh man, calamity. More drivers spinning in there. That's Roberto Crown Jr. What happened with him? We'll just take another look at it from Cody Lamas's perspective. Cody actually flips over here. And you see drivers getting involved there. And oh, Roberto just carried too much speed on the apron. And he got into Cody Lamas. And all kinds of carnage for drivers here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Damage all around. You see Austin James, TJ Smith, Gatlin Downey, Joseph Shrigley all making it through here with no damage. Same with Diego Yepes, just completely out of harm's way. We are under caution for the first time today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And it's rough for this man, especially if Tyler Black, leading the points coming into today, did not need a race like this. And we'll have to see if Tyler Black continues. Just to get a vantage point of this from the onboard of Cody Lamas to see what he was seeing here going into turn 1. Oh, and it's just like, just trying to get everything you can there on entry and just a little too much. Gets into Noah Hart, and now he's flipping over through the corner at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And then it's just chilling, and bam, here comes Roberto Crown Jr. And that's a tough end to Cody Lamas' day. Samuel England is just minding his own business here when the disaster strikes under him and he gets clipped, spins him around. And then he's just along for the ride. He's going to get it back going. Keeps it up the track and avoids everybody on the apron. But tough break for Samuel England. Was coming in here trying to gain a lot of points in the championship. He came in 68 points back, and we'll have to see where he ends up when the day's over. And finally, a view for Tyler Black. He was working his way up the field, was just about to hit the top 20 when disaster struck in front of him. Oh, he just barely comes up and gets involved in this. Sliding down the track, it looked like he started to get stuck on the apron. You can see he's really working on freeing the truck. And eventually he gets this thing free. And he starts going, so he avoids a tow. I think maybe just waiting for everybody to get by, but we'll have to wait and see where Tyler Black finishes at the end of this race. Getting ready to go back racing here from Atlanta. Driver is out of the race. Roberto Crown Jr. in his debut, not the debut he wanted. He'll finish last with damage out of the race. Cody Lamas, not what he wanted. He's looking for a Napa Truck Series win. It won't come today. Ryan Dagby, Jarrett Gross also out of the race. RJ Bishop will lead him to the restart. He pit before pit road was open, so he is bound to go a lap down here, I would believe, with his damage. Ryan Butcher leads it. Griffin second, Miller third, Murray fourth, Breeding fifth, Fisher sixth. They have all been strong today. Blake Warren seventh, Larry Hagan eighth, Will Goss ninth, and Pericles is 10th. Without hoods, we've got Dewey Schramm the third, Patrick Smith, Logan Cloud, and also at the back, Tyler Black, involved in that incident. Green flag is back on the racetrack. We have a total of 29 laps to go. And you gotta wonder, what will the strategy be if this thing goes green? And as predicted, RJ Bishop is really slow on the jump, and he'll hold up Will Goss in the 94. That is huge for Murray and Butcher with where Tyler Black is running. Will Goss just now getting by the 28 of RJ Bishop. He's still holding up people. Lane Sanders is getting checked up from this. And that 28 truck has heavy damage. This might prevent the pack racing we saw in the first green flag run, as a lot of slower trucks right now are really benefiting from this. There goes Samuel England. He was also involved in the accident in some capacity. But you see Noah Hart, Tyler Black with significant performance damage. Griff Label McDermott has been looking for a top 10 run. It won't come today unless they strategize the heck out of this thing. But you can already see that Bishop is heavily damaged. And now Noah Hart looking for position, but let's go to the front of the field. Battle is on for the race lead. Jordan Fisher to the top spot, but here comes Blake Warren. Man, would Blake Warren love to win a race here in 2020. As the driver of the number 8 for Flipside has one career win, but it has not come in 2020. It came last year. Butcher, though, wasting no time, right back to the top, leading at the start-finish line, as we've got about a 10-truck battle right now for this race lead. Ooh, and Warren's going to send it in. That pushes up Jordan Fisher. Warren backs out. Fisher gets back closer to the line he wanted to run entering the corner. But right now, Ryan Butcher seems to be the man to beat. Nick Breeding is all over the quarter panel of Austin Murray. Where does Will Goss run currently? He is at the line in 14th place. Now, I believe he's got the draft of these guys, so he should be good to go. Yep, there he is. Straggling behind here in the draft of Ryan Reed, Bobo Jones, Lane Sanders, JD Martin, and others all trying to draft back up through the field. And there you see Samuel England with his damage, only able to run 25th right now, as Tyler Black is fighting Noah Hart for 32nd place. Now, actually, I think that's for 31st. AJ Jones is back here. Jones was on the very edge of being in contention for this championship, but he needed to gain like the most points he could today, and I don't see that happening. But it looks like RJ Bishop is the slowest truck on the track, as Austin Johnson has come to pit road with some sort of an issue. Up at the front of the field, it's Austin Murray in the race lead. We're past halfway, a couple of laps past halfway actually. And look who's come to the front, the 48 of Nick Pericles, trying to get his first win in 2020 in the Napa Truck Series. Larry Hagan's up here in this main group. Sebastian Kugelon could be looking for win number 2 of the season. We talk about drivers with 2 career wins in the series. Samuel England with damage, Breeding's up front, Goss up front, Butcher up front, and Tyler Black with damage. So Butcher, Goss, and Breeding looking like the men who could get career win number 3 here today at Atlanta. As out of the 3 of those drivers, Butcher is the only one confirmed, or is the only one coming back full-time. Will Goss is going to move up to the Hardee's National Series, and I believe Nick Breeding is as well. As look who's going to the lead, it's Blake Warren. Austin Johnson still on pit road with some kind of issue in that 24 for Ditech. as he is now 3 laps down. It is the lap trucks we'll probably see here will be Bishop, Griffin, Lapo, McDermott, and a couple of others. But battle is on. We'll be coming to 20 laps to go. Now, these drivers are in the window if they wanted to pit for 4 tires now. There is a lot of fall off. With where the caution came out, the next predicted fuel window is about lap 40 to 44. And you gotta wonder if drivers will want to take right sides only or fuel only for a chance to win this race. Blake Warren continuing the fight on the outside of Ryan Griffin. The 78 truck looking to win 2 races in a row with 2 different drivers. Jordan Fisher looking for what would be his 2nd Napa Truck Series win on the season. It's his last start on the season too. Cody Goforth will be in that truck for the final 2 races of the year in Charlotte. Charlotte Roval the next race, then the Oval the finale. As look at Jordan Fisher make the bottom work on Blake Warren with ease there. Ben Crouch up at the front looking for a win. And man, Larry Hagan, I don't know where he came from, but he must have been just chilling earlier. Because this 88 Breeding Enterprises truck is fast. Pericles is going to make the middle work. As they're coming off of turn 4, they'll catch Bishop. And that holds up Griffin, Fisher, Crouch, Hagan the first 3 by. Murray and Butcher will get held up big time here from the 28. And that helps Will Goss. Will Goss just drove by the 70 and the 80. Murray will get by. Butcher still stuck. As look at Ryan Reed with a huge run. Now Bishop moves to the bottom middle line. Now he's holding up Bobo Jones. Bobo Jones to his inside. And they'll navigate the 28 there. A little difficult, I gotta say. But that really hurt Butcher. We'll see how good his truck is if he can catch back up to the lead pack. Ryan Griffin also went from top 3 to nowhere close, as here comes Larry Hagan challenging for the race lead on Jordan Fisher with what'll be 16 to go, this time at the start-finish line. Austin Miller also coming for the lead, challenging Pericles for 3rd. Did I talk about lap trucks? I think I talked about lap trucks. Griffin Label McDermott's coming up. And Hagan is fighting for this lead. Will it be the inside or the outside that prevails with the lap truck this time? Last time it was the inside. As they are 3 wide there, that's Breeding, Murray, and Crouch. And Fisher will have no issues getting by the 13, neither will Hagan. Miller, Breeding, they are also good to go. Murray will get by. Will Goss will pop off the top. Go right to the middle. He's trying to get by the 13 machine. Larry Hagan all over the bumper of Jordan Fisher for the lead. Label McDermott holding to the top side. Here comes Butcher. Pericles lost a lot of spots from that. As Larry Hagan is challenging Fisher for the lead. Next up on the docket, Patrick Smith, Dewey Schramm the 3rd. Then Logan Cloud, Noah Hart, and Tyler Black, and Austin Johnson officially out. Camshaft let go on that 24 machine. But the window to pit is closing. It's about 3 to 6 laps away. And you gotta wonder what kind of strategies these drivers will do, or these teams will do, in order to win this race, because so far it has felt like anybody's game. Here comes Austin Murray again for the lead. Inside line, looking to go 3 wide. The top seems to be getting stronger as the tires age. As Fisher holds strong on the top line. Butcher has caught up to the back of this draft. Will Goss, Murray, Butcher all trying to capitalize here, with Tyler Black running outside the top 30. Fisher and Hagan are single file top 2. Will Goss on the inside, Murray also on the inside, about to be put in the middle. And Ryan Butcher running the middle. As Christian Vargas has made his way towards the top 10, just outside of it, running in 11th. as Jordan Fisher is starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Oh, but here comes Larry Hagan with a huge run through 3 and 4. Hagan holding on the bottom. Does he lead at the line? Yes, he does. Can he clear? I think you're going to want to be leading going into pit road regardless of what lap you pit. The drivers have been tending to commit pretty early here at Atlanta today. Right about here is where they tend to commit. Still no signs of anybody coming here, coming to what will be 10 to go. Fisher now fighting back on the top, and he's leading teammate Austin Murray with him. Will Goss, third in line on the inside. Ryan Griffin has made it back to the front. Right now it is looking like a 13 truck battle for the win, and it's all going to come down to strategy. Fisher and Hagan have been fighting for the lead, I think, the past like 5 laps. Nobody has been able to get by either of them. Breeding's going to make it 3 wide. Nope, can't quite get there on his team truck. Breeding is racing with about 3 of his own trucks, as the lap trucks will go to pit road first. That was Smith. No, it was not Smith. It was Logan Cloud and Dewey Schramm the third that went to pit road right there. So the pit stop cycle about to begin will be coming to 8 to go. Who comes to pit road here? Patrick Smith is up ahead. Do you pit before you get to the lap truck? 3 wide for second place. And Ryan Butcher is going to be the first one to pit road. Tyler Black, Noah Hart also down. Looking like right sides at least for them. Yep, it's looking like right sides only for pretty much everybody here. Who comes to pit road, coming to 7 to go? It looks like Fisher's coming down. It looks like pretty much everybody might be coming down. Oh, they are squeezing! They are squeezing! Will Goss, Vargas, and Miller will not be able to get down the pit road. Pretty much everybody else will come in. Logan Cloud was in the way. I thought they were about to crash it. Miller, Goss, and Vargas, they are 3 wide for the lead. That is not I want to come to pit road type vibes right there. 6 to go at the start finish line. Miller commits. Goss commits. Vargas is going to stay out. Brian Reed, Bobo Jones, JD Martin also coming to pit road. Pit road is hectic and busy. There's Vargas. Reading gets out first out of his group. There's Murray. Where is Ryan Butcher? There's the 80 truck. Coming around the track. He's going to be close to Nick Breeding. Vargas will come into pit road with 5 to go. Right now, the race leader is Nick Breeding. But here comes Ryan Butcher around the outside of Ryan Griffin. But how did Will Goss fare on his pit stop? There's some of the stragglers from the back. There's Reed. There's JD Martin. There's Will Goss. And teammate Austin Miller. They're going to be coming out right in front of him. Staying out might have been the best call. Just that one extra lap. Will Goss in the lead. Butcher, though, with a head of steam coming up on the top side. 5 laps to go from Atlanta Motor Speedway. There's Christian Vargas. Will Goss in the lead, but here comes Ryan Butcher to the outside for the race lead. He'll take it. All that momentum built up for the number 80 truck. Ryan Griffin, though, up to second. Will a Sony Cup Series driver play spoiler to Butcher getting an extra 5 points on the championship if he wins this thing? 4 laps to go from Atlanta Motor Speedway. But Will Goss still in third, having a great day. He'll gain a ton of points out of this with where Tyler Black's running. Miller fourth. Fisher's on his outside there. Breeding, Murray, and Larry Hagan. J.D. Martin is in the top 10. J.D. Martin was trying to strategize his way to a top 10 back at Willow Springs. It didn't work out. He finished, I think, top 15-ish. But today, J.D. Martin is having a heck of a day. Top 8 are in range at 3 laps to go. And correction, make that the top 9. Sebastian Kukulon's the last guy in the top 10. As here comes Ryan Griffin. They're catching the 61 of Dewey Schramm. Griffin tucks in line. It'll be 2 to go. Butcher will move to the inside of Schramm. Griffin had a bad 3 and 4 there. He lost a couple of times there. 2 to go. Here comes Jordan Fisher, though, from third. He is flying. He is driven away from the pack. We saw Fisher have a really fast truck at the end of Chicagoland. Is he using all of it that he can right now? Griffin is looking for any way he can around the 80. RJ Bishop might come into play. Oh, they're going to be coming to the white flag. It looks like it's down to Butcher and Griffin. White flag from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Will Ryan Butcher be the first to 3 career wins? Or will Ryan Griffin play spoiler? To the inside goes Ryan Griffin. Butcher drifting up the banking. Griffin will clear Butcher down the back straightaway. Can Butcher get anything on the top? He's gonna throw it in. Side by side for the race lead in Atlanta. It's gonna be one of those Atlanta finishes. Butcher, Griffin, advantage. Ryan Butcher wins at Atlanta. 3rd career win, 2nd of the season for the Orange Auto driver. And he did it from the outside. Fisher was coming. Couple of more laps and he would have been there. 3rd place for him. Austin Murray will get 4th. Vargas 5th. Kukulon 6th. Hagan 7th. Warren 8th. Crouch 9th and Breeding 10th. What happened to Will Goss? Oh, and Will Goss ended up finishing 13th. Miller 14th. I'm thinking that those guys might have taken fuel only on their pit stops, because otherwise I was pretty sure they would have easily finished top 5. Yeah, I'm gonna say those guys took fuel only, because that could have also been why that pack, which was only a 2nd behind Ryan Butcher, fell 4 seconds behind. All those guys must have done fuel only. Butcher and Griffin and Fisher were the only ones who bothered to take right side tires, so I think that's what happened. But Tyler Black will come home today in 30th. Samuel England 26th. But I think really now, it's gotten really tight now with this. But Butcher 1st, Murray 4th, Goss 13th, and Black 30th. So it's going to get tight. Goss has definitely passed Black in the points. Austin Murray definitely passed him in the points, and I believe Butcher did too. So I think Tyler Black, if my math is correct, Tyler Black has fallen to 4th. Goss is either 2nd or 3rd. And then Butcher definitely passed Murray. So I think Ryan Butcher might have gone from 4th to 1st, but I'll stop speculating. And yeah, so here's your official race results, and then who's left in contention for the championship. 2 races remain: Charlotte Roval, Charlotte Oval. The Roval is 2 weeks away. No Sony Cup or Hardee's National Series drivers, so it's gonna be pretty much a show of talent for the Napa Truck Series in 2 weeks time. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's race. I absolutely enjoyed it. I loved it. I think this race was great. And Atlanta, man, oh, so coming back in 2021 for the Napa Truck Series. But Ryan Butcher's your winner, 1st to 3 career wins in series history. And I'll see you guys for the next race in 2 weeks time.